Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Arm with Their Speed Summer. It is my third armed event, and I am glad to be back. I'm joined with my teacher in Sly 3. Oh, the honor's all mine, man. I'm so glad you can come for this. I really want to show you what I've learned with 3.6, especially on the amazing, beautiful, awesome, it's on the bottom of the stack, dang it, PAL PlayStation 2 version. Mwah. Oh man, why does PAL get all the cool covers? Yep. The only reason I'm playing on this language is because, well, what's it called? Oh, shoot. Let's try that again. Man. Application audio capture. That stupid brony song. Alright, let's try that again. Hello, my name is the Professor. I'm here with my third time at Arm with Their Screams, and I am joined with...
Hello, my name is Shadows, and very pleased to be with y'all. Happy to see y'all here. Be a great time.
Today we'll be running Sly 3 Episode 6 on the amazing, beautiful PAL PlayStation 2 version.
And yes, we are indeed alive. Very, apologies there for the quick little thingy. But yeah, happy to see all of you in chat. Hopefully it's been a great marathon thus far. We're going to be playing Sly 3 on Thieves Episode 6. Just Episode 6 on the PAL release, as Professor just said, using Dutch, which is the fastest language for this episode in particular. I've had a lot of experience running these games, and I've also had a lot of, personal experience teaching Professor this episode and helping him out. So here's hoping to see what he's learned. Should be a fun time.
Gotcha. Also, I got the Buccaneers shirt and the Buccaneers hat on.
There you go.
We lost in the quarterfinals, but stand strong, stay straight, Buccaneers all the way.
Buccaneers all the way.
Gotcha. I'll do a quick 3, 2, 1 countdown to get out of this pause menu. I watched the opening cutscene just so we don't have to factor that in, but yeah. I'll do it from 5. No, not Bucks. Bloodbath Bay Buccaneers for the Sly World Championships. All right then. We'll count down from 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Do you want to explain what I'm doing here while I intently focus on Carmelita's feet?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. Just don't make it weird. But yeah, apologies to all the Buccaneer professional sports fans in the chat. But yeah, so Professor right here, the first main goal is just to kill this giant mutant monster as fast as possible. And Professor here is utilizing a technique called the double shots. Carmelita is a ridiculously unfinished character, and so if you shoot her charge gun, normally the fire rate is very slow. But if you do a kick, jump, and then immediately fire another shot, you can shoot another one pretty much immediately after, and that allows you to basically double Carmelita's fire rate. So as you can see here, this is already way faster than if you were just doing this casually. Professor can basically kill these things before, get rid of this phase before these guys even have a chance to really bully him, and then he can just keep going. You do have to be careful right here not to kill this thing too fast, because if you take this thing's health down to 0 before Dr. M says this little line here, that line, if you kill the monster and deplete its health before Dr. M says that line, then the monster will just become unkillable and the fight will not progress, basically resulting in a soft lock. And the only way to reset that is to kill yourself and do this fight over again. But thankfully no soft lock there, pretty easy mission. And that's really all we're going to be seeing of Karn in this episode until the very end. She has one short little section. But yeah, that's pretty much what she has there. And then we just have a long cutscene before the next main mission.
Dang, I was hoping to get sub 50 on that one. It was a 51 beating that.
Ah, dang. I mean, doing that consistently can be really hard, especially if you just get a little too focused on the shots and then one Gronk, which are, the soldier guys that just land on your head. It can suck like that.
For me, I felt I was going too fast at the end. That's why you saw me slow down, only doing single shots. But once I started doing single shots, I couldn't get back into the rhythm of double shots. The
Yeah,
story
no,
of
it's
this game.
definitely... Yeah, pretty much. No, it's very difficult to get back into the rhythm once you've got it. And it's also pretty easy to mess it up if you just press R1 a little too hastily before you kick, or vice versa. So I don't blame you for taking that safe there, especially given the scenario. You know, better than soft walking. Just keep things moving along.
I don't know about other people, but like I like to do like a rolling motion when I'm doing that. That like I get the best results that way.
Whatever works for you, you know.
Oh yeah.
We're good.
So episode 6 is like a highlight reel of the entire Cooper gang minus Panda King, because Panda King. Anywho, it's a giant highlight reel of the entire Cooper gang, so we get to play as everyone one last time to like show what they're really made of in this finale, because there's no such thing as Sly 4.
Yeah, right. Sly 4 is a cool speed run. You know, just like the best part of the game is because we get to skip the story. I'll put it like that. Yeah, no, I mean, panicking. I'm honestly like, just like, why? I don't know why they didn't. If you like, they couldn't find a purpose for him. Their only real use for him is we'll see him twice when he does some story-related stuff. But yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think now, like, what they could have even done with Panda King in his job. Like, maybe he could have destroyed some pillars or something to bring it down. But I guess I just didn't have the time for it, given how rushed this game was.
Yeah, they had 7 months for this game.
Ugh.
Sly 2 as well, they were working on that till the bitter end. Like, they finished the game like 3 weeks before release. And if you know anything about software development, that's not a lot of time, actually.
Oh, I mean, yeah, and just like, even outside of the series, of course, it's just across all of, like you said, software development, across all of games. It's the reason why games like Crash to Insanity just have a lot of rough edges, because the game really didn't have the time it needed to bloom.
Tales old as time. Here
Yeah.
we're gonna, I'm gonna jump as much as I can to like get slightly faster. I don't think it's like 3% like Sly's is, but I get better time. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. No, you're fine. It's a little bit faster. But yeah, so this mission here is called the Deadly Bite. We're going to be playing as the Guru, who by himself is a pretty useless character, but he actually is able to possess different animals. And right there, what you just saw, Professor intentionally took a death because the shark's health will not regenerate after you get off of that buoy. Basically, we have to run a bunch of these sharks over to the buoy so it'll get chewed up, and so it'll let Sly's cane go. You might have also seen him fall through the buoy after he took the first death. That can happen when you're doing death abuses. Like, sometimes when you spawn back in, the buoy just will not have collision, so that's kind of annoying. Thankfully not like a monumental time loss, but something you have to watch out for.
Specifically for that one, actually, the shark was just in a bad spot. If they're facing towards the wall, like this, it's just, you can't do anything. So dying puts them in a spot where they're looking away from the wall. So it's, I can just get back into the action faster. It's like half a second faster, but it's also faster if your shark is facing the correct way.
You know, I remember that's probably one of the biggest problems I've had with this job. This job can be a lot harder than people give it credit for, just trying to manage the sharks, and then at a very high level, if you want to just play it super risky and not take too many death abuses, this can really start to pile up with time loss if you just want to zigzag to play it safe, if your health is really low, or, you know, you just have to be really accustomed to what kind of spawn patterns the mines can give out if you can. And then even then, sometimes it's just luck of the draw, and unless you have really great reaction time, you're going to have a bad time.
There we go, that was a good one. Ah, nice. Ooh, that was a bad double hit. I'm gonna
Yeah, the
play it
missiles
safe.
are... Yeah.
And I did play it safe. Oh man, that... The missiles, they can jump scare you.
Sometimes. I mean, yeah, so, funnily enough, I was actually going to say, I think this mission gets a little bit easier as you go along, just because, like, I feel like the mines are the hardest obstacles to avoid. If you know the timing for those electrical towers, avoiding those really isn't the worst of your problems, and then the missiles, if you end up just, like, swimming in the water for a brief second, you can pretty easily jump over them. The mines, though, are definitely super annoying, especially in the first few phases, because they're way more plentiful, and they're very hard to react to, so unless you're zigzagging around like a maniac, which is kind of slow, you really just might have to tank a few and then really try your best to dodge the rest.
Nope.
Oh, I was gonna say I don't think you died there. Yeah.
Oh man, I slammed into the boat. I was hugging the boat too hard because I was trying to get the corner good. But yeah.
That's how they bite.
Not one of my favorite ones in here, but I've loved grinding it, especially when I practice at work. I use a PS Vita, so this is one of those missions that I can practice over and over again inside the mission and not wait a minute and a half just to load out, choose another one, and then load back in.
Okay, you know, honestly, Vita is probably really good for that kind of practice, especially in Sly 3, where you unfortunately have to work around a bunch of long cutscenes like this.
Yeah. So, like, I just make it to the end and I just jump in the water, restart that whole section constantly. Sub 730, that's not bad. It's not good either, but it's not bad. I think my PB's like 708 getting out of there. But that really means nothing. Most of my time save has to be in, later on, a bump charge and stand your ground. And Cooper Vault.
Yeah,
I can't wait to show you
episode 6.
Cooper Vault.
I'm excited for it, dude. I'm really excited to see what you've done with it. But yeah, this is kind of the thing with episode 6, is that the beginning of it, if you get out of it, it's really, like, the beginning's not hard to get out of, it's just really hard to get out of it on a really good pace. Then you have this job, which unfortunately for the viewers might not be super entertaining, because it's basically an auto-scroller. After this, however, the episode really begins to pick up.
It starts literally as an auto-scroller and then technically an auto-scroller, so two kinds of auto-scrollers.
Yeah, and if that doesn't make any sense to those in chat, you'll kind of see what we mean as we go here. So, right now, the first section of this job, this is the Dark Current. Dimitri just has to swim after this cane, and all you have to do really is dodge these little pincers. It's meant to be difficult, but if you know the timing for it, when to press the buttons to dodge out of the way, which is when the pincer collides like that, you can pretty easily get through this entire pincer section without taking any damage. And the reason why you want to avoid taking damage, besides, you know, just being healthy, is because there's a boss fight at the very end of this long, dark tunnel section. And if you do get to the end of this tunnel section without taking any damage, which, like I said, really isn't that difficult, then congratulations, you basically just win. And what do I mean by you basically just win? Is that you basically win the war of attrition. Like, you can just constantly shoot Dr. M in his new form that we're going to see in a minute, and you can kill him faster than he can possibly kill you. You have to miss, like, I think 5 or 6 shots in order for Dr. M to be able to kill you faster. So you're going to see it right here. Professor really can't even move in, like, a 3-dimensional space. He can kind of just swim around. But that little red point there, that's all he has to do is just shoot that, and provided he doesn't miss a ton of shots, we should be okay here.
I do that specifically because I can RNG manipulate Dr. M to go into the sucking phase, allowing me to get a lot more damage than just the pitiful I can get there. Oh, another horizontal. Thank you. I am manipulating this into another suction. Let's go.
No worries at all there. And then he's going to jump up here just for a second. Yes, I got to watch out for that. But yeah, I mean, if you take a lot of damage here, then you've got to start being careful. Then it gets to the point where you can just take damage and obviously still die here. But yeah, other than that, at least conceptually, it's a pretty simple boss fight. Just make sure you don't miss too many shots as Dr. M bobs and weaves a little bit, which you kind of have to watch out for. You kind of have to make micro adjustments for it as the boss fight goes on, but really not too bad.
And we're almost done here. Oh,
yeah, and nah, he's all right. You should be fine here. Like I said.
I missed a shot.
There you go.
I'm a failure.
No, you're good.
I'm a failure.
Did just enough. Yeah, no, it's really it is seriously just like pretty hard to die there, especially considering you dodged 2 projectiles and you got those faster shots in. I think you were gonna be fine either way. I think you were good.
Also, since we're on the amazing, beautiful PAL PS2 version, I can't sound lock.
That's a big thing too, yeah. I forgot about that.
Laughs at the PS3 SSD runners.
Yeah. I wish I could relate.
So, the reason I'm playing on PlayStation 2, novelty fun ha-has, PS2 is the second slowest behind PS Vita. I just found it funny back in 2021 that like, what if I ran Slyfecta but only on PlayStation 2? And then I made that my whole identity these last 4 years in the Sly community.
I mean, it's definitely, you know, I feel like there are some people who do play on non-optimal versions, or just versions they prefer for, you know, just for keepsake. I know there are a bunch of people, you know, you included, who also just love the PS2 version over the PS3 version because you can't sound lock and because, like, the lighting is a lot better. I've also seen a lot of people who, and this goes for a lot more speedrunning communities, but sometimes they'll just play in their native language as opposed to the optimal language just because it kind of feels more at home. And honestly, it's something I really respect. If you're both having a great time with the game and you're getting better at the game, I think it's cool that you can just sort of put the most optimal version aside for a little bit and just make sure you're having fun with the game. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. For me as well, this isn't the only one I do it for. I'm relearning Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix on the PlayStation 2. As much as I love the HD ports, I don't know how to explain it. It feels too squeaky clean. It needs the jank of the PS2 to be a good PS2 RPG. Same reason I don't like Final Fantasy X HD.
Yeah, I've always mentioned this in some previous conversations I've had with people about version differences, but I will tell you, like, PS2 versions, just because of how optimized the console was specifically for that hardware, something is always lost in translation when you end up making a port for one of these games. And in many different ways, like you said, like maybe Kingdom Hearts doesn't have the edge, or this game doesn't have some of the darkness, or whatever else, but something always just seems to kind of be lost, at least to me.
Don't get me wrong, I did 100% it on PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, Epic Games, and Steam multiple times over. It's not bad and I've 100% the PS3 versions of Sly over and over again. Hands off. Okay, good. The reason why we take our hands off there is so we don't go. It's like they call sicko mode.
Yeah. Do you wanna do the honor of explaining this car, or should I take the reins on that?
I need to focus.
All right. So basically, what Professor is doing here, this is the RC car, and it utterly sucks. It just has really weird physics, and it's very easy to flip over, especially if you're going too fast off ramps. That one's not really a good example of being able to flip off, but sometimes when you're going over huge jumps, the car can just treat you wrong for no reason. Now, yeah, it's alright. Maybe somebody saw it, but anyways. The main objective, we're going to have 3 different tracks we have to run around here to get all these pink spheres so that the gates will open and we can progress to the next one. You may have seen Professor try to back up into the cars there and hit them with his little side bumpers, which is how you kill them. There is actually a reason for that. So, pretty recently, I think this was discovered, not like super recently, but a couple of years ago, we found that if you mash the bumper buttons, mash like the triggers, as you're going over the back of that car, sometimes you can get more than one of these little charges in a row if you mash hard enough and like kill that guy.
Oh my
gosh! You can see here, Professor got 3. That's beautiful. That's a more rare outcome, but you can definitely do that if you mash fast enough. So yeah,
fuck this, I'm just gonna
I would just go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would just go.
I'm gonna let him get off the track because sometimes if you hit him before going over the ramp, he can just fall through the floor, and I don't want that happening.
In case this mission didn't suck already.
Oh great.
Take a lap for that.
Oh!
Yeah, but see, that's what we're talking about right there, is that you can just go over a ramp and then the car can just really treat you wrong. It can just flip wherever. If you've ever played this game, you kind of know how much this car sucks.
Not to mention, doing this version as well, you have to like get in line to get shot, so you do lose health from it. I'm actually gonna play it safe here just because I want to finish this.
Don't blame me at all.
I just want to get out of this mission. I do not like this mission. This one's interesting. You actually have to, the fastest way is to chase down this first one, and then where you get it, roughly around here, is like the optimal place to do bump charges.
Yeah, so this is definitely, yeah, I mean, and then if you don't even have to sit here for that long, like I said, there you go, you got 2 as well. Yeah, so there's another double. For the sake of the audience, this one we'll actually see in a minute if he ends up getting just 1 here, or if he can just... Okay, never mind, he got him. Alright, yeah, so this stretch of track ends up being a lot longer than the rest, so Professor only got 1 there. He could have still moved along a little bit here. We're going to tow Mater this.
Rear view mirrors.
Mirrors. I gotta love it. It's stylish, you know?
Okay, we're back.
It's,
Okay.
kinda
It's
little
faster to
messy.
go forward.
Yeah, reversing is unfortunately a little bit slow, but that was cool.
Get me out of here. Get me out of here. That was actually not a bad one.
No, the triple was sick. Like, you got a handful of doubles there. That could have been way worse.
Oh yeah. I've had ones
Yeah.
where I haven't gotten a single one and I'm just spending 10 minutes here. I'm just like, I don't care about my time anymore. I just want to get my double and get out.
Yeah, that's bump charge for you. Like, outside of Gauntlet, I would say this is probably, like, that's probably the most annoying job in this entire episode by a long shot.
Well, Gauntlet's not annoying for me. Smile.
Gauntlet's just tough, and especially if you're trying to do it really, really fast, it's very tough. I digress.
Unfortunately, I can't do, I don't know the real name of it. I just call it the Hexu circle boost. I don't know how to do that, and when BVR said, yeah, don't learn that because it just messes you up for the rest of any percent, I'm just not going to learn that. I am happy with my 3 flat 19.
Yeah. No worries. I mean, yeah, especially if it messes you up, then no worries there. But yeah, now we're moving on to the next section here. This is the biplane. We mainly use this in one of the earlier chapters in the game, but it returns for one of these missions here.
Oh.
This mission has a lot of different phases, and speeding it up is a little bit tricky. Not even tricky, but you kind of have to have a good understanding of what you're doing here. Basically, after these turrets fire a shot, those little shields will go down. Yeah, that's all good. Yeah, so after these turrets fire, they'll have their shields go down where you can destroy them. And Professor does actually want to take a little bit of damage here in order to do a death abuse later, because our ammo is not infinite. You might see the little orange meter underneath the biplane's health in the top left. That's just to signify how many shots Professor has, and if he runs out of that, well then we're gonna have to go run around the map and go find some more ammo, which loses a little bit of time. And after that, yeah, I think you missed one, in fact. Oh no, that's unfortunate.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, no, you're still in the turn section, my dude.
I know.
Yeah.
No, but
Alright.
noob mode is on. You want to explain noob mode?
Oh yeah, so noob mode. So when Professor died there, the game has this sort of artificial difficulty where the more you die, enemy attacks become slower and your character will end up taking less damage. Might actually be useful in the second half of this mission because we have a boss fight coming up. And if you have noob mode for the boss fight, then, well, that boss just kind of becomes a joke because its attack patterns are really, really slow. And it becomes a lot easier to just tank damage and really take him out as fast as possible. In fact, there's another version of Episode 6 we play with some glitches activated called the Continue Episode glitch, where noob mode is something you just have at the start of that boss fight. So when you have it, you can just absolutely run through that boss fight and you don't even have to die or anything.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, and then over there you might have seen those blue canisters. That's what I'm talking about, where if Professor ran out of ammo, he'd have to go run around the map for those. There are a few different ones. That's not the only place you can die in, but or the only
Okay,
one
I'm
you
just
can
having
find
the
it in.
worst plane of my life. I got this perfectly 10 times in a row in practice, and I'm like, you know what? I don't need to practice this anymore. This is the speedruns curse. You do it perfectly in practice, and then all of a sudden you can't do it to save your life.
Yeah, no, I feel that, especially in you know, marathon settings, and also we did just have a giant tournament where you have to try and do a lot of these tricks in a real-time setting. It's hard for sure, and like I said before, this section can be a little bit difficult to manage if you're not used to the directions that these guys can shoot in, or if you just take damage in one too many places that can really stack up. But yeah, this is kind of the intended route now, what you're seeing him doing. He'll just destroy those first 10, and then he'll take damage intentionally there to sort of get back out here where more turrets are. And now he's going to take a little bit more damage so that when he does end up killing these turrets, he can just die again and then reset his ammo, and then it'll be okay then, because he'll have a checkpoint for the next section. There we go.
I'm gonna go ham on Dr. M.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna be able to. There's gonna be, like, nothing to stop you.
I'm flying a plane correctly, right? Now this one, I don't know how to explain it. On PlayStation 3, I cannot aim this gun to save my life. But on PS2, I can just perfect this.
Yeah, it's one tiny little version difference where, like Professor said, the aim is a little bit different, like we were talking about with those version differences. But yeah, aside from that though, this is the next section where we have 20 of these bats we have to destroy. You can't just hit them with your guns immediately. You have to fire these missiles in order to get their shields down. This section can be a little bit annoying because you have to make sure that the bats go into their little downfall animation that you're seeing right there. If two bats crash into each other, that unfortunately won't count towards your total, so you have to fly around and wait for more to spawn before you can end up progressing. Like right there, yeah, neither of those guys counted, so he's unfortunately gonna have to wait for more bats.
Yeah, I do not like the kamikazes.
Yeah, I mean, it's just inconvenient, you know, like, I get with how... That's something I can't help but feel like if they had more time, then maybe somebody would have seen that and be like, hey, this is really annoying, especially for kids. Can we maybe, like, work out that quirk?
They're flying so close together. Some of them are, like, stealing my shots.
Yeah, these are, like... These
Like
guys
that.
are surprisingly grouped together. It's interesting.
This doesn't happen normally.
Nah. Just marathon stuff, am I right?
Marathon Man knows.
Yeah, it's Marathon
It's in the
Man.
name!
Or...
Yeah, I'm just gonna. I know I said safety already, but safety. Yeah, I'm sorry.
No,
I am.
that's cool. All good.
At least I got close to one, and I didn't have to like beeline for the center of the map like I've done before.
Yeah, no, it's that's the other thing too, is you can actually kill 20 bats before you expel all of your ammo. Sometimes it can be a little bit hard. These guys are really being mean to you, these kamikazes. I'm sorry, dude. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I'm blaming you. I'm just saying, like, it can happen. So yeah, but yeah, no. So you can kill all these guys with one ammo canister, but unfortunately, if you miss a couple of shots, or if you just fire too many shots on one bat that's already gone down, your ammo can just run out, and then you either have to resort to flying and getting more ammo, or if you really want to, you can come. I don't even know where that guy came from. You can ram into them yourselves and then kill them that way.
I was about to do that, but somebody said no.
It's very awkward bat spawns, but you should hopefully have it here, and then with over half health, Dr. M shouldn't be a problem.
Just shoot him down, Prof. Oh, never mind.
There you go. That works.
I
Yeah, so you can
I practiced.
All good? No, you're all good, man. I got it.
Nah,
Marathon
bump charge
setting.
and Danger in the Skies. You can just do good for months and months and months, and then one day you get the run.
Except in the wrong meaning.
It is
The
and
wrong. Yeah, so unfortunately not the day for some of the more annoying jobs, but it's all right. We're getting the points across. And speaking of which, now we have the Dr. M boss fight here. So now our ammo is infinite for whatever reason, because I guess I didn't consider that point when they made this game. But all you really have to do is just like you can whale whatever you want, missiles, guns, into Dr. M here. And now you can kind of see here the effective noob mode, at least a little bit, where Dr. M's, these little green waves would normally come out way sooner, and Prof, if you ran into them, would take a lot of damage, but now it's a little bit less damage, and Dr. M takes more time to expel the green waves. So that's the effective noob mode. It allows, as I said before in some other category versions of Episode 6, for this mission to become far easier, and for this boss fight to become far easier. And this boss fight still just goes really fast in any case. Oh.
it's not my day. This sucks too, because I'm also the PS2 world record holder for this boss fight.
That's right, yeah, I forgot, like you, the Master Thief challenge, yeah.
Yeah, 3095. Not my day. Look,
Yeah,
this
no,
is
it's
all
just
just gonna culminate into me just going sicko mode inside of the Cooper Vault, and just showing that like I am worthy as a Sly 3 runner, but not really, because I want to be sub 1 in episode 1 of Forza.
It's a good goal to have, yeah. That's maybe for another time, maybe for the next Armed with Their Speed marathon we do episode 1. That'd be pretty cool.
I'm hoping Armed with Their I'm hoping we get All I Want for Christmas is Speed 2 this year.
Wink wink, nudge nudge.
Christmas is Speed. Persona
What a
High.
gift it would be.
The Dutch summon Persona.
A Dutch Dr. M, you know, just draws people in.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do genuinely kind of like this dub. I think I've just gotten used to it from all the years of like running this game with Dutch.
3.
Oh yeah, you're good.
I'm doing the counting thing that Shadow taught me, and then just mash. I mashed square there to make my gravity increase. Because Sly is a being that is outside the realm of the universe's laws of physics.
And like time and a few other things if you count all the power-ups from the last few games.
So Murray learned freezing time from the dream time sequence. At least that's what I'm thinking of, because like, you know, he like claps his hands and it like does the wah, wah, sound. And then Sly had to learn it from his ancestor. I forget which one did it. It was
I got no idea.
it's not off the top of my head. We'll find out when we watch 100% tonight at 10 p.m. Go Gang.
That's right, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Go Gee. He's practicing for that as we speak.
Yeah, I was
would
watching.
know because I could see him live on Twitch. All right, is it showtime though?
In about a minute, yes, it will be. At least I'm getting inside sub 30. Like, getting inside sub 30, you're gonna get a sub 50 time. Sub 50 in episode 6, I consider the baseline for you're in. In my opinion.
Everybody's different. Everybody's got their own place where they like to be.
Come on, I gotta bring back Oogie's Revenge, especially, man, I hope I get Oogie's Revenge in GDQX. I also hope I get this into GDQX. I also hope I get WarioWare into GDQX.
WarioWare, I feel like. Oh yeah, I forgot about all the WarioWare games. I feel like that would be a really cool get.
Fun fact though, WarioWare game I run, Mega Party Games in the GameCube, is the only WarioWare game to never appear at a Games Done Quick. It is the last
Gotta change
one.
that.
Yeah, I want to change that badly. Also, there goes the shocks.
Also, bye Panda King. That's the last time we're ever gonna see him in the game.
Glad we got to beat him up, get 2 missions, and then he just does nothing.
We wouldn't have the bros here without him, so you gotta respect him keeping the gang together.
Bro, I love Oogie's Revenge. It's my game. Long live the Pumpkin King.
Alright, for another time. I will say though, if like that did get into GDQX, it'd be pretty cool to see that.
Yeah.
That and WarioWare.
Oh yeah.
Duo.
What if I get all 3 in?
Truly a Merry
Big
Christmas
weekend.
indeed.
Big weekend. Originally I was gonna joke around and play this in 3D, but I cannot shadow pounce at 25 FPS. I cannot. I don't know why.
Yeah, also not to mention 3D is just looks terrible, so for the sake of the viewers, I would encourage you not to do that.
Also, it shrinks the aspect ratio to 3:2.
Ugh. Good grief. Alright, but yeah, on that note, as we decline the 3D option, we are going to head into the Ancestors Gauntlet, aka the hardest job in all of Sly 3, but also the most rewarding if you pull it off. So, Prof here, I'm going to let him do his thing, he's going to show it off. There's going to be a whole lot of tech we have to go over, but I'll try and break it down one by one. The first main thing you're going to notice here is how in the world is he just flying across the map. This is shadow pouncing. So Sly has one ability called Shadow Power. Normally all it does is let you turn invisible, but it's kind of broken where if you mash it at the same time as Feral Pounce, you'll get another Feral Pounce in your grounded state. Like it'll basically give you a standing point for a little while where you can immediately do another Feral Pounce, and it will take you back to what the game thought was Sly's last height. Now you can see there you can still drop it if you mess up the timing of it or if you're just not mashing, so you gotta be a little bit careful there. You can't just go all out with them, but you can be pretty consistent with it if you're good at mashing.
Okay, I think I'm going too far left. I am not joking, there are some sections in the air where the game's like, there's no such thing as a floor here. So even,
really?
Yeah, I found that out the hard way. I actually went into the PCXS2 to like figure out like what the heck is going on, and there's like sections where you can't shadow pounce. So like around this pillar I can't shadow pounce. Sorry, I wanted to show that off.
That's crazy. I actually didn't even know that.
So I have to be careful where I shadow pounce.
Huh.
So I think they already discovered that, but
No, I mean I'm sure that was discovered. I just I didn't know that.
well, I didn't think about that.
No, I mean because why would you? It's like it's an ability. You would think like, all right, I'm just
it doesn't look like it would be dependent on that. Like, if you're, it almost looks like you're creating your own state, you know what I mean? It's not like, why does the air depend, like, why does the air determine where you can and can't jump, you know what I mean? Just interesting. Intentionally. Then
You
the
wanna
furball
explain what I'm doing
jumps.
here? Yep.
There we go. Yeah, so now what you're going to see Prof doing here is a piece of movement tech called a furball jump. So if you press square X and an action, like a power-up, all on the same, relatively the same time right before you land on an object like a rope or a spire point, you have a brief point where you can actually use a power-up. So in this case, Prof is pressing X square and his feral pounce button, which is the weird, like, super-looking flippy jump that he's been doing. It's called feral pounce. He can initiate a feral pounce off of a spire point, which you normally wouldn't be able to do. Just allows him to speed things up a little bit instead of just slowly jumping from point to point.
I'm gonna move this actually.
Yeah, it's good to play it safer, not to do, just like burn through your health. There's not really a whole lot you can do.
Well, okay.
Yeah. Now you.
Yeah.
Health
Nope.
are from the gods. That was so lucky.
Screw
Alright,
it.
go.
That means I can just go kingdom stuff for the rest.
Oh my gosh.
You want to explain what I just did there?
Big stuff, and then yeah, that right there is there's apologies if this seems a bit overwhelming because there's quite a bit of movement tech to explain here. And before I explain what he just did there, I will explain this, which is a super jump. Basically, if you get Sly stuck in a position where he can't get out of, you know, like in Spyro or a couple of other games with stuck positions, then the game will just return him to the last spot where he thinks the game. I can't talk. I'm sorry. The game will try and return Sly to the last point where it thinks he should be, which was up there on top of the rope. Unfortunately, Professor taking a little bit of death there, but he'll get back there, not too far away, just go back up this rope.
More furball
And
jumps.
then, yeah, more football jumps. Exactly, yeah, show off the movement tech, sweet. And then what you'll see him do here, where he kind of makes the cane glow and then flies off into oblivion, that's what we like to call a push boost. So Sly has a couple of power-ups that allow him to do a push boost. One is the push attack, which is just a little bit different of an attack. One is the rocket boots, which you've seen him using, and another one is the paraglider, which is the, well, you know, the thing that's letting him fly. Essentially, if you
Man,
chain
look at
all three of
this,
those...
level that the devs put so much heart and soul in. Like, look at the detail and all that.
Fly over it.
I mean, look at it. It's an amazing level that to honor one of the most dapper of Sly Cooper's ancestors, where we get to try out jump spacing and spire jumps, and we're done.
And skip all of it, yeah, with another super jump. But yeah, there's that, there's push boosting, there's the feral pounces, like I said, the shadow pounces. It can seem very overwhelming. That's what happens when you get to the sort of end level section of a speed run. But yeah, Sly 3, this is what Sly 3 is best known for. Unfortunately, you don't get to use this tech for a vast majority of the run, but it's just so cool to kind of take in all the movement tech and see it in full force. And Gauntlet is definitely a reflection of just being able to put all these abilities together and put them to good use. But yeah, that was, you know, aside from the death, I feel like that was a good job, and then you just took some time to show off, like, the dead spots and the ceiling. So yeah, pretty cool Gauntlet. We obviously skip a lot of casual gameplay there with the super jumps and whatnot, so just a really cool, fast-paced mission in the speedrun. Can be extremely difficult, as I'm sure you are all well aware just by watching it, but very cool mission. Still not furball jumping in this room? Gotcha, yeah. Prof has a
Never
couple
mind.
of stories. Oh my god, he did it! Oh my god, he got over the trauma. Let's fucking go. Never mind. You know what?
No, I have trauma in this room
Beautiful.
because when I was younger, when I 100%ed this game for the first time, I got all the way here with full health, and then the final run just like just soft locked me, just constantly. I got hit by the laser, fall down, hit by a laser, fall down, hit by the laser.
It's over now. Don't worry. The boogeyman is dead.
I know, I've killed him multiple times in The Nightmare Before Christmas Oogie's Revenge.
There you go. Quite literally. He's been dead over and over and over again, but he keeps coming back for more. Just so he
I've
can kill
killed
the
him at least
boogeyman one more
2,000
time.
times between all my runs. Now that's
I
a game
believe
of
it.
speed run.
Ugh.
Now this is one of my favorite missions. I like to play a song by DA Games called I Will Not Be Moved. That's just what I call this mission.
I wonder.
old 2016, 2015 song, Five Nights at Freddy's, something something, nostalgia, I guess.
Never played FNAF, so I wouldn't know, but I will take your word for it.
I know too much about FNAF. I'm excited for the new movie in a few months. The original Scream Killers are going to be in it.
They're making another one?
Well, yeah, they're making a trilogy.
Oh
Matthew
my
Lillard
gosh.
signed up for a 3-movie deal.
What has money done to us? This is what society has come to. FNAF is getting multiple movies. But yeah, again, regardless, anyways, apart from my feelings about FNAF, now we actually get to play as Murray for like one of the few times in this game.
I swear, you get like 7 missions total with this guy.
It's like, they're not all like with Murray though. A lot of the time you're just with some other vehicle or some external medium. You don't actually get to just play as Murray. But here you do. You get to be like super cathartic and just use a bunch of your power-ups here. That one is Diablo Fire Slam. Consumes a lot of his gadget meter, so he has to take these health power-ups to make sure it's constantly refilled. But it absolutely nukes these guys. These guys are normally really annoying to kill by themselves. In the any % full game speed run, we normally have to just kind of stick to one side of the map and punch these guys off. It can be very annoying, but Diablo Fire Slam and episode runs thankfully makes this a lot easier. And then you'll see here these guys, like these alligator-looking guys with the crab hands. These can actually block Murray's punches, so you have to be kind of careful with where you're punching them from or how you're going to go about picking them up, because if you're not careful, they can just absolutely bully you, especially with Sly 3's iframes being very minimal.
A bit busy.
All good?
Yeah, sorry. Counting in my
No,
head.
no. All good. All good.
Oh, man.
Yeah. And meanwhile, apparently, like, Dr. M stole some genetic information from Octavio and just injected it in these little serpents, because I don't know how he got that otherwise.
Oh. 4, got it.
And, yeah.
Oh, man.
And then also, like, the serpents here, they obviously drop all these, like, barrels of dynamite here that can be really annoying. They can just rack up damage pretty quickly on you, so a lot to consider, a lot to avoid, but like I said, thankfully Diablo Fire Slam makes this a lot easier, and if you just stick around and try to pick up as many health power-ups as you can, it hopefully shouldn't be too bad. Shouldn't be at too much risk of dying.
Als een totempal van kracht.
Ah, Murray. Je bent veel sterker dan McSweeney ooit was.
Dat klopt, punthoofd.
I'm
Ik
live.
ben net een losgeslagen team.
Okay.
Ik heb
Good to know.
geen tijd voor een schreeuw.
That was an okay fight. I could have done better. I was just focused on staying alive and not just trying to gung-ho it.
Ik sterkere ben. Ik hoef niet tegen jou te
No worries, like I said, dude, marathon setting. I don't blame the safety at all. All good?
Coming up, we are doing, we are passing our goal of 40 minutes.
Stil, barbaar. De grote mensen zijn aan het praten. Dat klopt.
Oh man, it sucks. I got 3 38s and a 39 today.
Die je minder is. Het is geen geheim dat ik slimmer ben.
It happens, you know, like I said, it happens, and I'm sure we did move pretty fast ahead of the last event, so we're not on any sort of, like, super strict schedule. I believe we're still on a pretty good time here, so should be okay.
Een manier om je in het gareel te houden.
But yeah, though, so we do have one little section here left
Oh,
with...
fun.
We do have one little section here.
My computer just freaked out for a second.
Sterker dan hij eruit ziet. Hem hulp nodig.
Vent, je standbeelden lekker wel oude bewakingsmiddelen. Misschien als je de schat bovenop hen afpakt en op de rug van dokter M plaatst, worden ze misschien geactiveerd.
Oh.
Goed gedaan, Bentley. Maar dat was een zinloos gebaar. Volgens de zender die in de stad van Sly zit, is hij zojuist het heiligdom ingegaan. Ik kan met behulp van de positionele gegevens gemakkelijk langs de hindernissen komen.
Die hal is alleen voor de Coopers.
Misschien wordt het eens tijd voor mannen als jij en ik om dat te veranderen.
Hij ontsnapt. Wat moeten we doen?
I was probably like frames off. Cause like I was in the redness, it exploded.
Ik kan geweldige plannen maken.
Ah man.
Bedankt, vriend.
I have half health. I'll be fine. Yep. And then another bit of Professor lore. When I 100%ed this for the first time, I remember my sister in the next room was listening to Christina Perry on the computer, and Jar of Heart started playing during the timed version of this boss battle.
Dit is ongelooflijk.
Yeah.
Geweldig. Hoe kon Thaddeus een goede
Both
personage
in
de 19e
any
eeuw?
percent and PS2 effective.
Oh, hij werkt vast. Dr. M, mooi dat je dit allemaal gezien hebt. Ik weet dat je er naar uit hebt gekeken. Uitgekeken naar dit en naar jouw dood. Kom op, moeten we niet eerst wat bek vechten? Ik praat alleen met mijn gelijke en Bentley zei nee.
Oh! I tried to do the spin attack. I tried to be cool. We're already over time. Might as well try. It can, and it will. Sly 3 story, now that we're like at the end, I want to like just take a second to talk about Sly 3 and why it's so important for me. Sly 3 story is about choosing your own path. Because even at the end, where like Sly's in this like inner sanctum, and he realizes like, wait a second, I am not my family name. I am Sly Cooper. And he has done amazing things with his family's name, like to the point like he's recognized worldwide. General Tsao knows about him. Interpol knows about him. But also, earlier in the story, Bentley gets a girlfriend, and like Sly realizes that's what life's all about: is being who you are and being with the people you love. And inside the vault, he is surrounded by mountains of gold that mean nothing to him.
Ik maak hier deel van uit als lid van de Cooperlijn. Maar uiteindelijk ben ik
Sly 3 is an important game to me.
Thaddeus,
It feels like the story of me speedrunning. Because even if I get the games done quick, even if I do get Ogre's Revenge under 100 minutes, even if I do get the Sly 2 PS2 Switch, what does that mean if we can't be ourselves? Sorry if I got deep there.
We gaan allebei naar de gevangenis.
Goed om je te...
Uh-oh. I need to get an SSD at some point.
Doet mijn crimineel iets aan?
And time. Told you I learned Dr. M.
Oh, wat is er gebeurd?
Sly?
Waar zijn we? Waar ben ik?
Sly? Kun je je nog iets herinneren?
Nee. Wie ben jij? Je komt me bekend voor.
Ik ben inspecteur Carmelita Montoya Fox.
I just noticed someone changed it to having fun. Thank you. Thank you. I am so sorry about this run. This could have been a lot better. But at the end of the day, we're raising money for a good cause. Hospitals for children. Yeah.
Sly?
Oh man, Sly Coopers is such an amazing series. I beg you, come to the Sly Discord. We'll teach you Sly 1, Sly 2, Sly 3, Sly 4. We'll even be dumb enough and teach you Hack Pack if you wanted to. This game is... This series is so amazing. I am trying to set up an IRL tournament, Aces IRL at European Speedrun Assembly. Hopefully, come on ESA. But yeah, this series as a whole has given me so much love in life since 2019 when I started speedrunning it, and since 2011 when I started following it on Speed Demos Archive and Speedrun.com. This and Battle for Bikini Bottom are my two favorite speed games that I have such a personal history with, and I'm so glad every single time I get to show it off, whether it be here or any other marathon. So thank y'all so much. I love Sly Cooper.
Ik hoop maar dat hij heeft gevonden wat hij zocht. We hebben het hele eiland afgezocht naar Sly en de bende één voor één bij elkaar gebracht. Maar vreemd genoeg
When that happens, I better commentate.
gevonden worden. Zoals altijd liet hij een visitekaartje achter. Maar dit keer was het miljoenen waard.
Even though I did mess up for 6 minutes.
En toen Sly nog steeds niet was opgedoken, ging Murray terug naar het oosten om zijn training bij de goeroe af te maken. Zonder Sly als onze leider moesten we voor het eerst allemaal onze eigen weg zoeken. En dat viel niet mee. Want sinds onze jeugd in het weeshuis...
Kingdom Hearts 2 is an amazing speedrun. Please, I beg you, follow Marathon, follow Weed. These guys are such amazing streamers. Thank y'all so much. Being my first event back in 2022. And letting me get a chance to be at an event, and look where I am now.
Een uniek talent om crashes te overleven die voor anderen fataal zouden zijn. Hij stuit het gewoon weg.
Oh my god.
What's this? Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. We've got
No way.
It's hard to believe we're halfway through day 2 now. We are on the last quarter of Armed with Their Speed Summer.
God.
That's crazy. It flew by this year.
It really did. We still got some runs left to go, though.
We still got some great runs left. I mean, I think we've saved the best for last, in my opinion. You know, we got Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix, Demon Turf, Klonoa, and then we're going to close it off with, like, OG Sly Cooper. It's going to be really good. We got quite a bit of donations over the past few runs.
Yeah, so I was going through, and I did not realize this, but as of the current moment, Armed with Their Speed collective events since June of 2021 have raised $3,600 for Shriners Hospital for Children.
Jesus.
Yeah. And I'm like, is that number right? Because I feel like I counted last event, and I don't know. Proof I'm bad at numbers.
That's nuts. So, 3,600 total all time. That's pretty good. Let's go. Let's see what's our current number for this event at?
I have not been counting, but
oh boy,
let's do some.
Okay, yeah, well,
let me do some quick math. So we were at, I believe, 402 at the end of yesterday. So we had a $25 donation from RM. Thank you. We had some euro donation that converts to about 23.38 USD from Scalaxian. Thank you. Gallant donated twice. I believe their bit was $10 for every Ratchet run, including their own. So they did, across 2 donations, $30. Thank you. And then Howlin' Mad Mike donated $5 just a moment ago. Thank you.
You say thank you, Tony?
You.
He's like, nah. Tony, you get to introduce this next game. Go for it. Yeah, man, so we got some Kingdom Hearts 2, bruh, coming up. Oh, fuck, he doesn't want...
Let me smoke my 6 Marlboro Reds real fast.
Yeah.
So we got Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix once again for the 5th time in On With Their Speed history.
Although...
It's a game. It's a good game.
You aren't gonna believe this. This will be the first time it's not critical.
Yep, it is beginner. So there is some new stuff this time that I'm sure Fritz will go into. The differences between beginner and critical.
Beginner is for the beginner people, and critical is for the critical people. That's the difference.
It's true.
More on this later.
See you all in a second.